Good afternoon, everyone. It's June the 28th, 2025. I did things today in reverse. I put up the video first, and it's on Heidi and her workday. And the reason I did that was I want you to see, before I explain the video, I want you to see how hopeful and joyful the video was. And I've often talked about hope. If we work together, there's hope for us in this crazy mixed up world that we're living in today. That's definitely not the world we were living in before the pandemic as well. And I think it's a very, very good video, and I think everybody's going to enjoy it, because I know the afternoon I was there with Heidi, we had a great afternoon, and everyone was laughing and joyful and talking and just embracing the love from the puppy love that we got that afternoon. And it reminds me of that song, Puppy Love. Well, we were certainly getting a lot of puppy love that day. And it was so beautiful to see the puppies were all happy. The workers were all happy. The handlers, we were all happy. Everyone was happy. The women, the children were all happy. And it was a joyful time. People were laughing and just talking, laughing, just being human. And it was good to see that. Just communicating in a human way without any stress at all. And it was a great afternoon. And it was just so refreshing from what we've been seeing, and certainly what I've had to talk about on my channel with all the bad things that we're seeing today. It was so refreshing to see something good and something hopeful that we can work for and achieve in the future. But we have to work towards that. So I wanted to put this video on today, and I wanted to explain a little bit about how important this video was that I actually put it out. And this is some of the work, as Heidi is a registered therapy dog. This is part of her work day with her and my trainer, and who owns Willow and is still training me to help me with their service dog training as well. So I'm going into the service dog training as much higher level of obedience training that was necessary for the service dog training. So it's taken me longer to train Heidi as a service dog for myself. But it was a very, very positive afternoon. And it's just one way. This is one of the things I was saying with seniors. If we all can do our little part in our own way, if seniors have a dog, are available to do some therapy dog training with a professional trainer, so that we can get into all these places that really need that extra boost, that extra touch. It's a human touch, and that it's not just we were touching as human beings. We were communicating, having a great time. But there's also that touch, that human touch between, and that bond between animal and human that's so terribly important. And I got a little funny thing that I wanted to tell you about after doing all the puppies there today. Was our ward counselor here is a very wonderful person, and she walks around the ward even on weekends just to see how things are going, so that she's up to date on what's happening with people, and she talks to people. Well, it was really cute, because this day she was talking to one of the shopkeepers that I know, and I got into the conversation. We were talking, and all of a sudden she looks at her watch and goes, "Oh my goodness, I'm going to be late." And we're looking, late for what? And she said, "Well, I've got my puppy yoga to go to." So I thought it was so cute, and I was just talking to her about this a few days before we all went in with the puppies to do our therapy class, and it was really just nice to see that human touch. Here's another one, because today we're lacking that touch between human and animals, and we've got puppy yoga, goat yoga, and all different types, and horses are coming into it, and ponies, and all different animals are coming into these yoga classes, just to give that feeling, that connection that we're losing between animals and us, which is very, very important, a connection that we need. But I really wanted to show people this video. I was so excited, and it came out because this was a promotional video for the shelter as well. And what I found out was they're realizing the importance now of that connection. So they're having the dogs coming in. But there's another point to it. Another sign of hope is that they're building an extension onto the shelter. And guess what? a new thing is coming out now. They're the only ones that have the animals bringing them in right now to the shelter. But the best thing about this extension is they're going to be bringing in their clients that have pets, and they're going to be allowed to bring the pets into the shelter with them for the first time. And they're going to be training where I know we're going to be coming back in to do art teaching with the animals as well. We're going to do it in a very proper way. And it's going to be so excited. Everybody's going to be wanting to get into the shelter, I'm sure. Because this is one of the things that we've talked about, I know, with the trainers and myself, and certainly the breeder who came in with the 9 puppies that day, has come down and gone through the market and is just absolutely shocked, totally shocked at what she's seeing. And we have the street people who have animals too. They're not allowed in the shelters, so they're not going to sleep there overnight, so they get into more trouble. Is there something that we can do to help these poor animals? Like, as she explained, my goodness, in the last heat wave, what do they do with the poor animals? Those poor animals, where do they take them? I mean, I don't take Heidi out because of the cement pavement is so hot. They're going to burn their paws on it. So, I mean, there's so many different things. And then you see, well, the Humane Society tries to do this for shots, or spay, neuter, and clinic comes around once in a while. And, you know, it's just kind of scattered. And we're thinking, well, maybe we all the dog trainers and what we do with the dogs, maybe we need to sit down and try and work at a team as well and see what we can do to help some of these animals at the same time that are left on the streets with people, which are a lifeline to most of these people on the street. They're so terribly important. They don't know what they would do without their dogs, and I can understand that too. But this was extremely important because as a breeder, she said, I would not even think of bringing my puppies into one of the shelters downtown to even try and help these people like I did here, because this shelter was a very safe place to bring the puppies. They were not going to get hurt. And this is what I've been explaining to everyone. Some of the dogs are having a lot of trouble down here with the homeless people, scaring them. Even Heidi, as a service dog, standing on the corner, I've had someone come up behind her totally stoned and slap her on the rear end, or scream in their face, come up and just scream in her face. And, you always worry, well, one of these guys got a needle in their hand. Are they going to come up and stick one of our dogs with a needle? And then, of course, as I've talked about, Heidi's older brother has had 2 knives pulled at his throat, as well as a pair of scissors, as well as got a hold of a street drug and ended up on 3 weeks of withdrawal. So there's a lot of problems that we still have to worry about. But I wanted to bring this video forward today and just show you on video the kind of hope that is out there, that this is what I'm talking about, shared leadership, working together. And this is what we're talking about between the workers at the shelter, between us with our animals. We're trying to find a balance here, a balance to help people, to help us as human beings, and to help our pets as well. And it's not that Heidi's any better than any other dog, it's just she's being specially trained to do things that I see that not only help me in my personal life because of all the abuse and what I've suffered and what I can speak out about for women who have been abused. She's actually an extension of me and showing the compassion that I have for what's happening in the world today and what I see that needs to be changed and what needs to be done. So she's a wonderful ambassador, not only for me, but I look at her as an ambassador for the other service dogs and other dogs as well on what we can do down in not only the present, but into the future. So there's so many wonderful things to explore, and this is just one way of exploring it with the dogs. And as we start exploring and branching out into new ways on seeing how we can do things better, our society is going to get better. But right now, it's going to be a long road to get to where we have to go. And that's why it's so terribly important that we stick it out together, work together, and use our noggins up here. Use the brains, because they're much better in many ways that I find. Yes, AI is going to be great up to a point, but it does not have the human touch that's necessary to get us through the problems that we are today. So I'm going to leave it there today, and I want everyone to enjoy the video, enjoy the puppies as much as we did that way, and think and realize that this is just an example of hope for the future. So everyone, enjoy your day. Have a great summer as well. And watch your surroundings and be safe. And we'll talk again soon. And bye-bye. Take care.